So here it is, our dinghy video of inflatable madness. It's full of 2 strokes, 4 strokes, probably a couple stupid jokes. That's right. So we've already gone through 3 dinghies and 4 motors in the search for just the right setup for us. Who knows, it could change again at some point. When we bought the boat, it came with 2 8 to 9 foot inflatables. The smaller one was made of PVC material, but needed a ton of gluing back together. The other one was an Achilles made of Hypalon material. Hypalon is a chlorosulfonated polyethylene synthetic rubber, noted for its resistance to chemicals, temperature extremes, and ultraviolet light. At least that's what Google says. Hypalon is a much better choice if your inflatable is going to be out in the sun for a good period of time.
So we ditched the small PVC inflatable for the Achilles and dubbed her with the only appropriate name we could think of, Patches.
Patches served us well for a little while. She was light, easy to move. Okay, maybe a little bit of a pain with the whole not holding air very well thing, but hey, it was a good start in getting us around in the beginning. If you didn't see the Kona short video, I gotta throw this in here from Kona's first time on the dinghy when she was a little puppy. Here you go. Alright, where were we? Oh yeah, realizing we probably needed a bigger, faster dinghy. So the 5-horse 2-stroke was just enough to putt around in. I did have to fix a water flow issue and slap a new carb and thermostat and impeller and stuff in it. It was the easiest and lightest outboard that I worked on. Pretty sure it weighed about 47 pounds. But anyway, enough with this one. It's time to put Patches out to pasture. So we started looking around for some fiberglass bottom ribs or rigid inflatable boats. We stopped by a local place and checked out a few of their used dinghies, but I had my eye on a couple more on Marketplace. Claude and I ended up driving across the state down to Boca Raton to look at one of them that was one of those good deal kind of boats, or too good of a deal. You know, the ones where you get there and the VIN number or the HIN number doesn't match the paperwork right? Yeah, that was fun. After that one fell through, Danielle, the girls, and I took another drive across the state over to Cape Canaveral area, Merritt Island, where we found the dinghy that we bought. It was an 11.5 foot West Marine Hypalon double floor rib. And it also had a 9.9 horse Yamaha 4-stroke on it. Now, being that the rib weighed a little more than the inflatable, about 161 pounds versus the 68 that the Achilles weighed, I didn't like keeping it on the davits as much, especially if it was rough out. We've actually been storing it up on the foredeck and using the halyard to pick it up and take it in and out of the water. Now, the 9.9 horse Yamaha was a great little motor. With minimal weight in the dinghy, it was perfect, but we found that once we piled the rest of us and the dogs in here, we couldn't get it to plane for anything. So, once again, I started looking for something with some more power. Now, Claude had an old Mercury 25-horse 2-stroke sitting around that needed a little bit of work, and we got it running good and took it out for a test run. It did weigh a little more, too, at 112 pounds versus the 97-pound Yamaha.
Alright, back on the trailer. This 25 2-stroke's pretty fast. A little sketchy.
Crazy!
So at this point, we stuck with the 9.9 Yamaha while we kept our eye out for something bigger. Now, the only thing that was wrong with the dinghy when we got it was the bow eye and the eyes to lift the dinghy up were loose because of a little bit of rotten wood.
Here's after grinding out the blocks, all rotten, along with the hook that goes in the front of the boat as well, the U-bolt in the front of the boat. So I had to grind out all the original stuff. So I'm gonna fiberglass in that right there, and then 2 different fiberglass those in. Tried to make a little pyramid, pretty much match what they had from the factory. So and I got 2 layers of wood in there. I'm gonna say it's good enough. All right, got new blocks in, and I put sealants around pretty much everything. So that's basically after I bolted it in. And this side I'm already starting to paint.
Well, here's the finished product. Bow eyes are all tight, secure, and sealed up. And the locker area is all nice and new looking. Now it's time to throw this thing in the water and actually have some fun with her.